Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? We will be
Yes, you are audible.
okay. Okay.
So my first raised concern is,
Uh-huh.
see, the evaluation of the test cases are based on the
True.
private test cases passed, correct?
Correct. Correct.
So in that also, if you are deducting the marks, I don't know what procedure you have taken. I have dropped a mail to each and everyone, but there is no reply from your side. I have created a topic in the discourse also, but I am not getting any response.
Yeah. So actually, I think I responded to you, right? That you will. This
No,
has
no,
been raised to
just
the
now
instructors, right?
I didn't check that, but I am in my office. I'm sitting in my SP office. Okay.
Right.
So, what is the final solution like for this? Because for this, I have to wait for another semester if this marks carries on.
Okay. So okay, there's that. So what exactly? So the exact thing you sent me, na, on my Gmail, right?
No, no,
If I'm
I have sent you the details on the G chat also, the
yeah.
calculation.
Correct. So I have actually informed this to the instructors, and this is not just your concerns. Actually, I think a few more people are having the same concern. Okay, so
No, no,
this
see, my question is clear. My question is clear, simple. Suppose out of four, if I pass one private test cases, then it is 1/4 into the marks of the question, correct?
yeah, that is how it should be. Yes.
Yes. So in that also, suppose it is 7.5. I'm taking, you have given 7 only, so I'm taking 7 only. But in
Okay.
the other question where it is 13.33, you have considered only 10. I don't know what is the reason for that.
Oh, is that okay?
Yes. So I'm not
Um.
asking for the decimal part, but out whatever that so there was three test cases, two test cases passed, then 2/3 into 20.
Okay. 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 So I see. Okay. So this part right here has been streamed and recorded. Okay. So I'll actually make sure that the instructors see this one, right?
No, but because the thing is that if after 31st, if this mass carries on, then again I need to repeat this course.
Uh, the final grade will take some time to actually be evaluated,
No,
right?
but the marks should be updated correctly, correct?
The marks. Hmm.
My main concern is you update the marks. See, I'm not asking that you give me some grace marks or some other kind of marks.
Yeah.
I'm asking that whatever I have submitted and it is right, and you are also telling it is right, then I should be awarded that marks.
So okay, what is your current scenario? So are you eligible for NTEM? You are eligible for
I
NTEM,
have
right?
last no no last term I have given only theory part. This term I have given the OPP part
Okay.
because I
Right.
don't have. See, I am staying in a very remote area. We don't have network connectivity, so
Yeah,
I
that
don't
I
know
know. Yeah.
how I study for the papers. Still, I am working and I am connected with you people.
Okay. So till now, whatever concern you have raised is actually valid, and whenever it's
And
valid now,
if you
it is
want, and no,
it.
no, if you want any proof or anything, I can share the photos. Where is my office? Which location I am sitting right now?
Uh, no, actually, we do not need anything. Okay, we do not need anything. Uh, and see, one thing you need to be clear about:
Yes.
31st is just the end term. It is not the. It is not when the course grade is released. Okay. So
See,
until and
no,
unless you are at the date,
I
yeah.
got your point. I got your point. But the in office which I am working now, it is a very precise office. I like we work that if it is yes or it is no or no. If you are changing something, then it gives me that it is wrong.
Okay, but I would say that I do not have enough information, right?
Okay, then what to do if they don't respond? Then
They will respond.
okay.
Yeah. See, 31st is not at the actual deadline, it's just the end term. So there's that. The course grade actually takes some time to release. And until and unless the course grade is released and it's nearing the course grade date, then you need not to worry. Okay.
Okay, based on words, your words, I'm waiting.
Okay. So okay. Mm, now, so any other doubts from anyone? Anything? Nothing? If that is the case, then I'll go ahead. Also, okay. So today's objective for the session is some question solving on recursion, object-oriented programming, and file handling. Okay, the final few topics. And yeah, okay. So let me just open this PDF. Yeah. Yeah. Please go ahead, Salim. Salim. Yeah. Salim, is it? Yeah. Please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good evening. Yeah.
Sir, so actually, I faced an issue while giving my OPP exam.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like my questions from section one, they were the same questions. Initially, there were different questions, but after I like wrote my answers, then I
Mm-hmm.
was just changing them. There were some private public tests had already been passed. Some private tests were not passing. Then I refreshed it. Then there got that one question was same in all those three questions. Like the same question existed there. Then I raised the issue with the
Okay.
proctor. She told me like to do a hard reset and relog into the exam and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything. I did
True. Okay.
everything. Then she told me I have noted your roll number. You will be contacted by the support. Then I wrote an email to support and I've been talking to them. Now I recently got an email just like 30 minutes ago, and the support told me that you should contact the invigilators or this in discourse. So I
Okay. So, okay,
even
let me do one thing.
even in like these the answer scripts that have been uploaded on the portal, it is showing me the same thing. Like I have also sent the screenshots to the support. Like my same all the questions were same.
Uh,
Yeah.
right. So, you know what? Let me share your screen. So, okay, this has been, I think, some kind of operational error, maybe because it looks like to me that, okay, yeah, and other TS as well are aware of this, that there has been something in the backend which is causing problems. So, you know what? I'll take everyone's names and you could say roll numbers here. And so, first of all, okay, have my email ID. This is 24F1. So, 00372 at ds.study.iitm.ac.in. So, first things first, this is my email, okay? 24F1 02372. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, sir. I will note it down.
Yeah, note that down. And okay, so Muhammad Salim. Let me see your roll number, please. Okay.
22F3
22F3
triple zero
000
485.
485.
Yes, sir. At the rate of ds.study.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So there's that. And your problem is related to OPPE, you would say portal, right?
Yes, sir. Exam portal.
Related to OPPE portal, exam portal. So exact thing, can the same email, can you send it to me as well?
Yes, sir. I will forward you all the. I will do one thing. I will add you as a CC, or I
Ah,
can
yeah, that's fine.
send the screenshots of all the emails, and I will
Yeah.
write a
So
new
whatever
email.
details you have now, send it to me. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir.
So
Right.
then we have Vicky Thakur, Mr. Vicky Thakur,
Yes.
2424F3 004632 4632. Right. Uh, problem OPPE evaluation. Okay. So Salim, everything fine now? No? So I'll
Yeah.
send this to. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So let's. Okay. Could you please mute yourself now?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I think Chrome just crashed. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So anyone else, some kind of any issue as such which needs to be reported?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Muskan. Okay. Yeah. Please go ahead.
Sir, actually, in second question, when I written the code. The code was like true match with expected value, but the test case was not passing.
The private test case was not passing, huh?
Yes.
So that is not an operational issue. That is just you might be missing some corner case or corner basically case. Yeah, whatever.
But
Then
actual output and expected output was match.
actual output and expected output was matched, but the test case was failing in the public one, right, or in the private one.
Um, Firstly, in the actually in the public and private, I think in both. But I submitted. It was not passing, but
So the
still I
output
submitted.
looked the same, but it was still failing, right?
Yes.
So are you sure that was not the trailing spaces problem, extra space problem?
No, like if output are matched, then how can I say anything?
So sometimes what happens now, see, you will have something like this, hello, right?
Yes,
This will
yes,
be the expected output.
yes.
So this is, let's say, so the expected output. This will be the expected output, hello, only this much, okay? So if I press again, then I'll move on to the next line. And actual output might be something like HELLO, and let's say one or two spaces, one space extra. So this is uh, what your the expected output was, and this is what got uh, output by your code. This could also have happened. Are you sure this did not happen? This extra space was not there in your output.
I don't think so, but actually, I can't remember so
Right?
deeply now. That's
Yeah, that could have been an issue. So which question was it exactly?
question number two in the second section.
So Muskan, full name please.
Kesharwani, Kesharwani.
Kesar,
Kesher
Kesar, yeah,
WANI.
Kesharwani,
Yes.
and your role is
24F
24F 24F 1000
1000.
93. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
24F 1000 937. There's you and your problem. Yeah, could you please share your set number and all? Which was your set? In the Gmeet, I think you should have had your set number as well.
Like CS करके something जो था.
Uh, so when the Gmeet is created now for the OPP, there is a P value, right? Something with a P and a few numbers, and there is A, B, or C written in the
Wait,
Gmeet
wait
invitation.
once I see.
Yeah, please check the Gmeet invitation. Did you find anything? Hello. Okay, so meanwhile, she's trying to find. So meanwhile, any other doubts from anyone? Any other operational issue as such? Nothing? Okay. So everyone, welcome to today's session, right? Uh, this is, yeah, okay. So let me just download this PDF right here.
Sir, can I ask a question about the mock that was released?
Yeah, the mocks, right? Okay, yeah, of course. So let me just open them.
Sir, I had the issues with question number 16 and 17. So can you please explain them?
Question number 16 and 17. Which mock?
No, I mean the latest, the enter mock.
The end term mock. So week 12 practice test, supplementary answer keys. Uh-huh. Where is it?
Yes, sir, I
In
found.
the practice
Oh, this
pack.
one, na? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
Python A2 P158 to P246.
Python A, right?
A2
A2. Okay. So that was okay.
between P158 to P246.
Okay. So Python A2, right?
Yes.
Set A2. Okay. All right. And section?
P158
Oh, wait. Okay. Sorry. So P158
to 1P164.
to P164. And which section? Which problem? Exactly
Second
one?
section, second question.
Section 2, Q2. Okay.
Yes.
So that okay. And then the problem exactly is that the expected and expected and actual output look the same, but cases don't pass, right?
Yes.
Okay, then this has been noted as well. So okay.
If there's some chance, please email me.
Yeah, I will. Okay, so I will go ahead okay, after the session. I'll be messaging
Okay.
you all three on your emails, right, on the G space,
Yes.
and I will pass this on to the instructors, and I will keep you updated with the updates. Okay,
Oh,
that is
okay.
the
Thank you.
that is the most which I can actually do. Okay,
Okay,
I
sir.
can
Thank you.
pass on your information. Yeah, if I had under my stuff under my control, I would have actually just manually checked, but I do not have that. So uh, yeah, and the instructors are also working on this, so no need to worry. Yeah, okay. Now moving on to the questions. Yes, someone raised their hand. Yes, Salim, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Sir, the issue I mentioned to you, was it like only to me or it happened to other students? Or like, are you aware about it?
Your issue was exactly OPP evaluation. No, wait,
Yes.
you was related to
Computer-
OPP portal.
Yes, sir.
This I don't know. This I don't know. Okay, I have heard this one and I have heard this one, but this I don't know.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay then, shall we move on to the questions now, or anybody else has any operational doubt or something? Anything? Nothing? Okay, so okay. One premise of this class, okay, be interactive with the emojis, okay. So whenever I ask, is this clear or not, then give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, okay. That is the basis. And now let me open picture in picture and okay, let's go ahead. So enter mock. Which question exactly, huh?
So question number 16 and 17, the OOPS questions.
Question number 16 and 17. Question number 16 and 17. Okay, so the class is test. Okay, so yeah, the class is test. Okay, the constructor function takes self. Self dot variable is then set to old, and self dot change function is run, and it changes self dot variable, and then the change function actually takes a variable with the self itself, self of course, and then changes it to new, and object is test. Okay, object is a new object of the class test, and then we are printing the variable object dot variable. So yeah, new should be printed, na? Any doubt? Because see,
So can you explain this bit? I mean,
yeah, of
step.
course. So first things first, I'll take this to the Python tutor and explain line by line. So here's the code. Let me move to the first line. Okay, so let's see. The class has been defined, right? So this instructor, this constructor function, this will have self, right? So I think you're aware with what self does, right? Everyone? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay then. So everyone is aware. So nice. So self will refer to the object. So in this case, self will refer to obj. So obj dot variable will be set to old. Okay. Then obj dot change will be run. Okay. And what does change do? It takes a var, it takes something called var. In this case, var is set to cell dot variable. Okay. So var is cell dot variable because we are running this function right here, right? So obj dot change cell dot variable and set that self dot variable to new. This is how I am running it. Okay. So this is how my first what comes to my mind when I run this. And so we just as we do this, it runs this code, and because this code runs this code, so this is run as well, which ends up changing the, you could say, what, self dot variable to new instead. So let's see what do we get as the output. Next. Okay, so it just reached. Okay, so okay now, and we run. Okay, so we get old. Interesting. Why? Let's see why. So going line by line. Okay, self variable was set to old, and change, yeah, change function variable set to old, and returns none. Huh. Okay. So var is set to new, but var was self dot variable. Na? Interesting. So did it just take the value? Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me just print let me just print var right here. And let me run it. So first it runs, it prints old, and after that it prints old again. Good. At this point it was set to old. So I guess when we pass in var, it actually just passes in the value. Huh. And not the reference to self. Okay, everyone. Okay, Salim, I'll take it out. So, okay, I just made a quick analysis of why my original analysis was wrong. So there's it. It creates a constructor function, right? It has a constructor function which takes in self. Then we have self dot variable which is set to old. And now what happens? Self dot change. When we call self dot change, now what happens is it is passing the value of self dot variable. So this value old has been passed to var. Okay. Self is not being passed to var. So make sure that obj is not the thing. Obj dot variable is not. So whatever is being passed into var is not related to obj dot variable. Only that value which was old, that was passed to var, and then var was changed to new. Obj dot variable was never changed. Okay. Only the var was changed. Okay, to new. So self dot variable still remains old. Okay. Makes sense to everyone now?
So can you explain again, please?
Yeah, of course. We define a class called test. We have this initializer, you could say the constructor function. which all obviously has self, then we set the self dot variable to old, right? And then we have a function change, which takes in self, that is fine, and it takes in var. So var could be any functional variable, right? Any parameter, functional parameter, and then it sets that parameter to new. So whatever value this parameter had, that will be changed to new. So it is just like this. Okay, so okay, let me have some VS Code, please. If I had, let's say, a equals 10, right? I have a equals 10, no, not file.csv, please. Yeah, I have a equals 10, and then let's say we have a function, right?
Can you make
Def
the side window a bit smaller?
of course. So we have f, which takes in a value called a, and so it takes in, let's say, something called b, and if it sets b equals 10, and then I try to, let's say, print fire. That's fine. Okay, something is on fire. Wait, huh? Okay, excuse me, please. I can smell something burning. I have to check. Okay, everything's fine, it seems. So moving on. Sorry for that. Yeah. So now if I, let's say, try to how do so if I still try to print a, right? Okay, yeah. And here as well, I just pass f of a. So what will happen? I passed a into here, so a will go here, but the value of a is what goes there, na? A itself as a variable does not go inside the function, true?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So if I set it to 20 right here, a will not be modified, na?
No, sir, only B is modified, so it doesn't have
B
to
is
be.
modified and B is an internal variable, right?
Yes,
Of
yes,
the
sir.
function.
Yes.
So same thing happens here. Self dot variable was set to old. Self dot change when this function got, so this method when it got run, the value of self dot variable, which is old, that was passed into var. Okay, and the changes we made here right here only applied to var. Okay,
So it should be changed to new now.
var is changed to new. Okay, but self dot variable is still old. Makes sense?
Yes, yes.
Just like
Yes,
just like
yes,
here, a still remain 10, right? Same thing here.
yes, it was called outside the function, so it doesn't change.
Exactly. So there's that. Okay. So it stays old. That is why we get an old as the output. Okay. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So last step we have old. Any other questions from this mock, or should we move on to the goal of the
Yes.
today's
Question 17 as well.
question number 17, which is okay. Okay, another class called test. As soon as the class is initialized, okay, so it runs something. It runs print. This is class message, and then we have the constructor, which prints this is an object message, and then we have a class message too. So, okay. From what I see, okay, as soon as we define the class, this one and this one will run. This thing and this thing will run as soon as we define the class. And this will run only when we create an object. Because see, the constructor, right, init, it only runs when an object is created and it only runs for that object. True?
Yes, sir.
And these class, we could say variables or class things, whatever the code is directly present inside the class, that is executed as simple code, right? It is not dependent upon when the class is being called or what. So that is my current theory. And what we are going to do is we are going to check. So we go to the first one. Next. Okay. So as soon as the class is as soon as the class is initialized, the class is created, we get all these, both of these. Okay. Both of these run as soon as the class is created. So this one and this one, because they were just simply present in the class. They are not dependent upon the initializer. And now after we run this a equals to test, see, the green line is the current code and the red line is the next part of the code which will be run. Okay, that is how the tutor works. So pay attention to these arrows. The green line is at a equals to test, which is telling me that okay, this is the line which is currently running, and the red line shows me the line which will be run next, and it shows that when as soon as we do a equals to test, so as soon as we create an object, test object, it just goes to this initializer, okay, this constructor. It skips this line and it won't even care about this line. Whenever we create a class, whenever we create an object from the class, it only cares about the constructor function. So now if I press next, then this one is run and this one will run. So I get this is an object message and then it stops. It does not print this one. It does not print this one. Okay. Those are for the class and not for the objects. And as soon as we run B again goes to this line and the initializer, the constructor you could say, and then the fourth line, and it prints this object message. And then it stops. So at the output, we have two things. This is class message 1, this is class message 2, and twice we have this is an object message. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Sir,
yes, please.
why after line 2 the two messages are coming? This is message 1, message 2.
These two?
After line number 2,
Yeah.
why the two messages are coming? This is class message 1, this is the class message 2.
Yeah. See, as soon as we create the class, whole code will run. Okay. It will run this definition and it will run everything which is present. So it will also see this print message and it will run it. That's it. Simple.
And that line 4 print message?
So these two?
Line 4.
Line 4. Yeah, this is inside of the constructor function, na? And
Yes.
function only runs when it is called, right?
Okay.
So when will this be called? This will be called when we create an object, right? Like this.
Okay.
So we are actually not calling this function right now. We are only just defining.
Okay.
And here we are actually running print. So that is why this is ignored in the initially, and these two are not ignored. And again, when we create an object, then these two are of no use for object creation. For object creation, we only need the init function. Clear enough?
Okay.
Sir, so initially it will print only the independent
Class
part,
messages. Yeah,
and then the dependent on object statements are printed, right?
correct.
Okay, thank you.
So same goes for, you could say, class variables. So if I had, let's say, count equals 0, right? And let's say S, if I had count plus equals 1. Yeah, so sorry, test dot count plus equals 1. Okay. How do you think this code will behave? So let me just remove this one for the sake of ease. And just let me do a bit of segregation. Now, if you look at this code, what can you see? This is the class code, and this is the constructor function. True?
Yes, sir.
So what this means is, as soon as the class is created, these two are run, and this is defined. Okay. And see this. So what will happen is count. So test.count. Okay, the class called test. So test.count will be set to 0, and then test will also print this. Okay. And now this function will only run when an object is created. Correct?
When you create A and B test.
Exactly. So now when we create A and B, what will happen is this code will run once, and this code will run twice. So once for A and once for B. And what is it doing? It is incrementing test.count. So basically, test.count will keep a count of basically all the objects of this class. Why? Because count is native to the class and not for the each object. Okay. So whatever
Sir,
is for
I'm
the
having a small query over here. Why not
Uh-huh.
self.count is used
exactly
over there?
because we need to keep an update. So these things, na, this line of code and this line of code, this is basically, you could say, global to all the you could say global to all the objects. Okay, all the objects of this class. But when you apply self only references to that object.
Yes.
So
Yes, sir,
test,
I understood. Yes, sir. Now,
yeah,
okay, we wanted to count the number of objects, so
exactly. So
we
we
should
need to
not
use something
reinitiate
which is
every time,
relatively
right?
global.
Okay.
Global, yeah.
Okay. Yes,
So
sir.
if I did self.count now, then it would have done a dot. It would have set a dot count and b dot count. But we don't want a dot count and b dot count. We want it to update test dot count.
Okay.
So
So
now
yeah,
if
understood.
yeah, so now if I go ahead and run this, you will see that as soon as the objects are created, the count of the class, right, it increments to 2 slowly. Okay. So initially it was set to 0. Then as soon as a is created, it increments to 1, and as soon as b is created, it increments to 2. Okay.
Sir, if we wanted to even count individually, can we add self.count over there? Could you show how would it work
So
below line?
see, that would be actually of no help. So first of all, yeah, I'll have to initialize that, right? Because see, this has been, so the class variable has been initialized, but the object variable needs to be initialized, right? So I'll have to do self.count equals 0 here, and then I'll have to do self.count plus equals 1. But okay, let me just mute for okay. Self.count will be 0 in the starting, and then I'll have to somehow update it, and whatever I'm updating, it will only be for that object itself. So it will either be, I will either be updating for A, or I will either be updating for B. There's that.
Sir, my doubt is, can't we use the original count for even counting the self? Like, should we
No.
reinitialize with another count?
Yeah. See,
Okay,
because count
understood.
is all, yeah, count is one value which is the same across all the instances of each object. So now if I, let's say, go and try to print, let's say, a dot count, I think that will fail as far as I know. I know, so it won't fail. Okay, it won't fail.
One only.
It will, yeah. So it will run, but this will be same as b dot count. So if I do print b dot count, it will be same as a dot count, which means that this count thing is common across all the instances of that object, of that class.
Yes, sir, understood, sir.
Understood? So if you want something common across all the classes now, it's some data which is what if you want it to be shared across all the classes, then you could just make it a class attribute and it will be shared. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So yeah. Moving forward to, so shall we move forward to these questions which we have? The instructors actually sent me with these questions. So let's try and go through these. There are quite a few. So in the next 1.5 hour, 120 minutes, we'll just go through this one by one. Okay. Right. So okay. First question is from recursion. This one is okay. This one is an easy one. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So defined is a function where L is originally, so it's taking L. L is a list. Okay. If L is empty, then it returns 0. Simple. That is the base case. If L is empty, then just give it a 0. But if not, then if the first element is even, then return what? 1 plus the same function of the next elements. Else
Sum
it
of
will
even numbers.
sum of even numbers. Are you sure?
Number of even elements in
No,
the
number of numbers.
Okay. I see. So I think there are
Like
quite a few people.
some I mean count of
Yeah,
even
count.
numbers.
Exactly. So count of even numbers. So why count? Let me just explain again. See, whenever it sees an even number now at the first position, it will take 1, it will stack 1 with it and move on to the next elements, but run the same function on the next elements. But if it sees something odd, it does not do the +1. Okay, it does not do the +1, it just moves on to the next element. So it is adding 1 if there is an even element at the current position and then moving on to the next ones, or it is just ignoring the odd one and then moving on to the next ones. So 1 will be added only and only if the current one is even. And when it exhausts the lists, it returns a 0. And when it returns a 0, what will happen is, or whatever amount of times it did the +1 now, it will just, so the 0 will be returned to one function above, and then that value will be returned to one function above. So it depends on if there was a +1 or a +0, right? +0 from here, +1 from here. It will finally be returning the count of all the even numbers in the list. If you want a visualization of this code, then we also have tools for that. So okay, I think the tutor should be well enough. Let's see. Okay, so indentation error definition, of course. So this, this and this. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, of course. Okay. Where is the problem? Okay, so this is the problem. Yeah. And there's the other problem. Yeah, equals. Where did the extra equals go? Yeah. So now let me just run this code on func of the same question. What is the question? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. There's that. And okay. Yeah, so now if I run this, so initially L is the whole list, right? And returns none. Okay. Sorry, what? Oh, wait, I'll have to print what is being returned. First of all, that. Uh-huh. Print. Okay, so next. Okay. Okay. So the first element was odd. Fine enough. Then the second, it didn't even return. Huh. Why is this happening? Why is it happening? There is no print. Okay. I is not defined. Where is that? Where is that? Oh, wait. Small l and capital L. Come on. Okay. So now it changes itself to capital L. Why? Wait, what?
Sir,
Oh, this is one. This is one. This is a capital.
yes.
Okay. Where is the error?
So I think in the index you have by mistaken written L. I think.
Is this an L? This should be one. Oh my God. So that is okay. Where did I copy it from? This is an L as well. Oh no.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyways,
So a small
let's.
letter L and 1 are similar.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
why the confusion is being created.
Yeah. So okay. Now I'll run it again, and yeah. So initially L was this list. It ran the function. It came to, so where is it right now at the green portion, and red one is the next line which will be run. So okay, so it runs and it fails. So now it will move on to this one, and the first element, right, the 0th element right now is odd. So this one will fail. True, it fails. Okay. So it moves on to the else, and what does else do? Else calls the same function, right, but to these elements. So 1 to the end. So 1 to the end. Okay. So there's it. These indices only. So now we move on to this one. So it checks if it is an empty list. It is not an empty list. It checks if the 0th element now is even, which it is. Okay. So because this element is even, it will return 1 plus something. Okay. This time not just the function call, but the function call with a 1 plus. And remember that this 1 plus will be stacked when we get a final return. Okay. So okay, now it runs on this part. Okay, so the remaining part, of course, and it goes to the same thing. Now it runs on this part. So this time it will be even. So it will now run on the last part, and the next time it runs on an empty list. Okay, so now L is an empty list. The function has been called, and as soon as this detects that the list is empty, it is returning a solid value. Okay, this is a solid value. It is not a function call. So it does not have to wait for something to return. It will just return 0. And
So
as
this
soon
will
as it,
return the count of the even numbers in the list, right?
correct. So now if you see, now look at this chain, what happens, huh? Pay close attention to the chain. The final call of func, it returns a 0. So okay, next, return value 0. And this 0 moves up because it was returned to that original function, right? This one. So from here, the 0 moves up, but this time it moves on to this one. Because the 0th element was even, right? So now we have a return value of 1. And this 1 will be returned to this one, huh? This 1 is returned to one function above. But that one has a 0, right? Because we have an odd number, so nothing is being added now. So again, this will return the same 1 value to the function above it. But now at the even position, so at the 0th position, we have an even number. So it increments. So this 1 plus stacks. Okay. And again, at the 0th position, we have an odd number. And so finally the recursion ends and we are able to print 2. Clear how this code worked? Okay. Any doubts, anyone? I hope not. Okay.
No, sir, I couldn't understand.
Who? Sorry?
Length.
Length? So please repeat yourself.
Length.
Where is length?
No, I am telling my name.
Oh, acha, okay, yeah. Anything? Any doubt specific?
How we get two? Completely, I couldn't understand.
So have you gone through the lectures of this exact thing? Recursion?
No, sir.
No. So
No.
actually, it is highly recommended to go through the lectures, okay? Because they have been like very well designed. So if you go to the lectures once, twice, you will actually get it. So, and even this explanation which I did now, it is being streamed on YouTube. So what you should do is go to YouTube and rewind, okay?
Okay, sir.
So
Yeah.
main thing is calling the function and the base case. If you
Yeah,
understand.
that is basically recursion. Okay, so everyone please wait. Huh? Yeah, please give me a moment. Huh? Yeah, so I am back. Sorry for the delay. And yeah, so you could just go to the recording. Let me just paste the link. Here's the link, right? Please go and rewind. So moving on to the next question, which is
before going deep into that, sorry to come out of the tech context with it. If you want to kind of recap of the whole thing the next 2 days, which week I should focus? Because again, I want to know about the syllabus of Python here.
yeah. So of course, the final 4 weeks. So actually, recursion. So not the final 4 weeks, but recursion and this topic, right? The object-oriented programming and exception handling. Those are something to actually focus on. And if you focus on these three, then you will automatically, I think, be in sync with the other topics because it's programming, right? So everything advanced you use, you have to use the basic things. So.
Okay, so I mean, this is not something you have. I mean, coming in terms of weightage with like other subjects here in Python, also, do we have any weightage for the weeks?
I think there should be weightage, but I'm not sure about it. Okay, so I won't be spilling wrong information, but yeah. But yeah, do focus on object oriented. See, even if you see the mocks now, so the mocks and like we have, so there's this website called Quiz Practice also. Where if we can, when you see the mocks there, you will find out that okay, in the previous whatever we had, the object oriented questions are something which come for sure, and exception handling mostly present. Okay.
Okay.
And so is the what is this? The third topic, recursion, object oriented, and exception handling. These are for sure to come.
Okay.
Yeah, and these are easy topics. Okay, except for recursion, classes are not complicated, and so aren't I'd say try except so the exception handling. Exception handling and classes are not that complicated. Recursion needs a bit more practice, or you could say a bit more understanding of what happens when.
Okay, could you again repeat the topic? Exception handling, recursion, and object oriented. Which one is it?
Yeah, these are the latest topics, right? After which you were taught after quiz 2. So
okay, yeah, fine.
Yeah, focus on these mainly, but yeah, of course, do not leave anything which was on the previous ones. Like you could say decks and data types, right? Data types in Python, all those. Make sure of those always. And yeah,
okay.
List comprehension is also something you need to focus on. You should focus on list comprehension as well. Okay.
Okay.
There can be a question which is specifically from list comprehension.
There are actually questions on list comprehension in the mock. So like 4 or 5 questions. 3 or
Right?
4.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Then yeah, there you have it. So list comprehension is also something to focus on.
Okay.
Yes, and list comprehension is also something good, right? In PDSA itself, the next course which you are going to do, right, in the diploma, you will find out that list comprehension is actually very often used. So make yourself comfortable with it, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Moving on to the next one. Okay, wait. Um, okay, so we have consider the following Python code. Define, calculate, n is more than 10 and return n. Okay, so if n is more than 10, then return n. Else we return the calculate of, okay. Yep. So this is the sum of digits. Is it not? It will give us the, what is this? This is the remainder when divided by 10. True. And this is the integer part when divided by 10.
Yes, yes, sir. It must be some of this.
Yeah. So this code, if okay. So everyone, you know what? Take a look at this code. Take your notebook. If you have a notebook, I prefer if you have a notebook right now. Do this, try to do this, and try to solve this one, please. Because this is actually nice. This is just one by one, try to solve it step by step. So this one will actually just divide it by 10, divide the number by 10 and remove the fractional part. Okay, so this one will only return the integer part, n slash 10. This is the floor division, and this is the modulo, so it will give you the remainder part. Okay, remainder will divided by 10 and the integer part, and this is calling the calculate function on the integer part again. So try this one and tell me what you get through recursion.
Sir, it will give sum of all digits.
Okay, yeah, sum of all digits. Okay. Let's wait for more answers.
You can paste the code here once the question is coming.
Of course. So wait a second. Huh? Why is this copying
Yes,
so
yes, yes, sir.
horribly?
It will give some of all this.
Sum of all digits, right?
Yes, sir. Because first term will give 0 always, and second term will add each digit.
Yep. So okay, right. So let me just, so here's the code, right? What I'll do is, so if n is smaller than 10, then just return n. Else okay, let me make some variables. Okay, so the first variable will be integer part, which will be n slash s10, and then you would say the digit, and let me set it to n percentage 10. And just let me run this right here. So make it n integer part, and this one be digit. Print result. Okay, so going to the first line. Okay, so take note of what is happening. Okay, we run calculate. Okay, and okay, this how it goes. Okay, first thing, nice. It is run and it sets. Okay, this one fails, right? Because of course n is greater than 10. So integer part is, so see what happened. 9 sorry, n slash 10. So floor division 10. It just removes the 1, right? Floor division, right? It will divide by 10. So divide by 10 gives us 9876543.2.1. Correct? Python. Let me show you. So 98765431 divided by 10. It gives us this value, right? And what float division does is just gives us the integer part, okay? So there's that. And now and then take note of what the digit is. Digit is 1 now. So this 1 has been separated from the number, right? Now it will call again. It will do this call, calculate again. Okay, so this call happens. And here as well, now 2 is removed and then 2 is set as the digit now. All because of this and this. So this 2 was separated from its number. And then we have another number now. Then it calls, calculate again. Now n is something and now 3 is removed. And then 3 becomes the digit, separate again. Okay, now it calls calculate again. And see, it will keep calling calculate again and again until and unless n is smaller than 10. So now if I keep this running, you will see that the digits are slowly being removed one by one. Okay, removed. 98. So now, okay, so digit, okay, nice. Now only, so from 98, 9 and 8 were separated. And then we only have calculate of n equals 9, right? And for n equals 9, which is smaller than 10, we just return n, correct? Everyone, right? At this point, till this point, everything is clear now?
Yes.
Sorry, let me open picture in picture. Okay. So now we will get our final return, which is not a call. Okay, this one is not a call. This is just a base case. It will just return me n. So now just let's run it. Let's see what happens. So next. So the return value is 9. Okay. And the return value now moves up. And now 8 is added to it, right? Because see, we are always doing the calculate, right? Plus the digit. So the digit was 8 and the calculate gave us a 9. So 9 plus 8 is what the return value for this function is. 9 plus 8 is 17. So that is what it will return. But that will be returned to this function. So now it will add 7 to it. So that will be returned to the function above, then above, then above, and it keeps moving and until it has summed everything. So this code actually just gives us the sum of all digits. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
And that indeed was our answer, 45. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now moving forward. Okay, 1 second, let me. Define a function which is named write to file with text L. L is a list of tuples. Okay, so see, L is a list of tuples. First things first, it is opening a CSV file in write mode. Then it is writing this line to the file. And then for I in range and len of L. For I in range len of L means it will go through the whole list, correct? Okay, everyone just, okay, give me thumbs ups right here. For I in range len of L, it will go through the whole list. Now, it will set the line to name comma marks. Okay, name comma marks is, now this is tuple assignment, okay? Everyone remembers tuple assignment now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So John comma 90. So for I equals 0, John comma 90 will be assigned to name comma marks. Then from name comma marks, it's creating an F string, right? Which will have
Sir,
the
it is
name
unpacking
and have
of
the marks.
tuples only, right?
Yeah, unpacking of tuples, or you could say tuple assignment. Both are the correct names. Yeah.
Yeah. Please continue.
So yeah. From the name comma marks, it is creating a string, right? Using string formatting, just F thing. And then if okay, So if I is not equal to len of L minus 1, okay, this part right here,
whole list.
yeah, so okay, let's look at this, what this part is doing. What this part is doing is it is checking if I is the last index or not. Okay, if I is not the last index, see, len of L minus 1 is the last index of the list now. The last index of the list is len of L minus 1. So it is checking if I is not the last element,
So
the last index, then add a new line. Okay.
it is adding new line except the last.
Exactly. Exactly. So for every line which is not the last line, it will append a new line, right? Making sure that, so this makes sure that whatever data we add again, it is moving on to the next line and not continuing for the same line. Only until the last line. So for the last line, this code will not run. Okay. So there's that. And then we do file.write of line. And after this loop is completed, so doing this for all the lines, right? This, we do f.close. There's that. So basically, if the write to file function is called with the list as shown below, what will be the contents of scores.csv? So first it writes this line, and then it writes all the lines one by one. So I will get a name Python, name and Python, then John 90, Jane 85, right? Michael 92, Sarah 88, David 95. And that is the answer, and there's it. Okay, clear everyone?
Sir,
Any doubts?
a small query. Once could you show the code?
Of course. So yeah, there's it.
Sir, I'm not able to see the code, sir.
Oh, sorry, not able to see the code. Yeah, sorry.
Sir, in line 3, already after the Python /n is given, so the next line is already created over there, right? What is the requirement of creating another line at 8, line 8?
Right, this one, no?
Yeah, since it's already created at line 3, my doubt is that.
Yeah, this one, no? So this one is just doing it once, right? For the header. Name, Python, then pressing an enter position right here. So
okay. Understood.
So I
understood.
wrote
Yes, sir.
name, Python, and then I press enter right here, no? Python.
Yes, sir.
And then
okay.
I
thought it was
enter. Yeah. So that
inside
that's not
the
in a
line.
loop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Understood. Sorry.
So that means in this case it is unpacking the tuple and
creating a string from the tuple, and then writing that string with a \n if it is not the last line.
No. In the whole program, it is unpacking the tuple and for each iteration, it is returning the next line.
Yeah, correct.
Leading the line for each tuple, na?
Yeah, for each tuple. That is why we have this as the correct option. Okay. Now, subject.csv is a CSV file that has the following contents. Okay, so we just created a CSV. This time we'll be reading from a CSV. Okay. And this is our CSV file. Okay, this is the header. This is the first line. Okay, which has no data but only you could say the attribute names. So we'll have the registration number, name, year, sub1, sub2, and sub3, and this is the data. So from second line onwards is the actual data, and the first line is not some data, it is just the headers. Okay. So just like here, we wrote this header separately, right? While writing, we write the header separately and then we handle the data, correct? Everyone, give me a thumbs up at this point. When we write, then we always write the header separately and then we handle the data. So while reading as well, what we do is we skip the header and we move on to the data. Okay. That is a common theme which you will see across questions. Okay. That while reading, the header will be skipped and then you will handle the data from the line 2 onwards. Okay. So now if I go to the code, what it does is, okay, it does something. Okay. Do something, fine. With the file name and a subject. Okay. It opens the file in read mode and see what it does right here. Line 3. What is line 3 doing? Can anyone answer?
It is skipping the first header.
Exactly. So just as I said, while writing, I write this separately and handle data separately. While reading, what I do is just to avoid, because this is not useful data for the program. It is just something for the user's reference. The program can just skip it. So what I do is do f.readline, and what f.readline does, it will just read the current line. Now it can be stored. The current line can be stored in a variable, or it cannot be stored, right? So I choose not to store it. If I wanted, then I could have. So I read the first line. I do not store it, and this function automatically will move your pointer to the next line. Okay. So whenever you try to read something, the pointer starts at the first line. But when you do f.readline, it will read that line, and then it will move to the second line. So from after line 3 onwards, everyone remember that our code is at line number 2. Okay. Now, is this clear to everyone? Should we move forward?
Yes.
And all right. So now our code is at line number 2. So from here, we set sub_len. It is a variable setting these two variables, sublen and count to 0, 0. And for line in F, then we are giving, okay, so this is tuple assignment again, right? Unpacking the values. And what are we unpacking? So for each line in F, right? But see, for each line, but starting from 2, okay, our pointer was on 2. So we are starting from here, and then we are going towards the next ones. So for each line in F, serial number, name, year, S1, S2, S3, all these variables are being assigned the values which are coming from this. Okay. And what is this? It removes the extra spaces, or you could see the \n, right? We had a \n, right? Every line has a \n at the end. So it is removing the \n from the line, and then it's splitting the line by comma. So what it will do is it will remove the enter, and then it will separate all these values into a list. Okay. So every line becomes a list. Basically, every time for every line, it will convert it to a list of values, and then it will assign those values to the variables. Up until here, clear everyone? Okay. And now it's checking. It's just checking. Okay. So if sub is S1, then sublen equals, okay, sublen plus S2. Okay. So S1, S2, S3 are 3 subjects, right? Of course. So if sub equals S1, okay. So if the provided sub is S1, then subject length is equal to subject length plus len S2. Elif this, elif this, elif this. So this is some if-else condition, right? Okay, fine. And then finally it is incrementing the count. So the count will be incremented no matter what. Okay. And then we have these 3 if-elifs. And then we have f.close. And finally, when this is done, it will return something. So what the code wants us to do is run this code, but on subjects.csv with sub set to ct. Okay. So sub equals ct. Now, I have given you the explanation of the code, right? The if-else statements should be easy, right? Because it's basic if-else. So what you all try to run this code on your pen and paper and anything. Okay. Because this is the part which needs to be done. Everything as I have explained. So try running this code and give me the answer and see if it comes as 6 or not.
Sir, length of S2 means what is the number of subjects? What is asking, sir?
S2 is basically the string, right? So for line 1, S2 will be DBMS. For line 2, S2 will be Java. For line 3, S2 will be CT, right?
Can you magnify this a bit?
Number of subjects, I think, eh?
No, S1, S2, S3 are not number of subjects. S1, S2, S3 are these 3 values: Python, DBMS, and CT. and then DBMS Java CT, then Python CT Java. For every line, see the tuple assignment, no?
Sir, so they're asking length of S2 is meant like, for example, CT's length of is given as S2. So 2 would be the
Yeah.
answer, right?
2 would be the answer, correct.
Okay. The
number
length
of
of the number of spellings, number of letters over there
Yeah, the
in the
number of
subject.
letters in S2. Yeah, correct. And sublen is being incremented by that amount of letters. Okay. Fine. So basically if the first subject is, so if S1 is subject, then increment sublen by S2. Okay. If sub2 is subject, right, then increment, so set, okay, then in that case set sublen to len of S1 plus S2. So this code is not complicated. This is just something which takes time to evaluate, right? So I would actually want you all to go through this calculation right here.
Sir, could you show the file once?
Yeah, so the file is right here. So let me just quickly, yeah, this is the loop and this is the file. Or you know what, I can do one thing. I can do you one better. I will just take a screenshot of this. I'll open OneNote. So it is already open. Desktop one, yeah, desktop one is fine. And go to the graph. I'll paste it here, and I'll paste this here. And right, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, now try. Okay. There's the code, there's the data. The answer is 6. Okay, so there's that. But I think I have explained the main part of the code well enough. Also pay attention, if sub equals S2, then it is not incrementing, it is setting the value. Okay, this is reassignment. And same goes for sub equals S3. Sub equals S3 is also a reassignment and not incrementing. Okay. You will get the gist of the question soon, and at 6:20 I will continue. Okay, so does everyone get the gist of this part? If ellipse.
I think only line 10 will exist.
Yeah, for the first one, line 10. Okay. So if S sub is S1, if sub is S1, 42. Huh. Okay. The answer is actually 6. Okay. So if sub is S1, so currently, so sub is set to CT now.
Yes, sir.
So is S1 equal to CT? No. S1 is Python, right? So what is CT? CT is sub S3, right?
Yes, sir.
So we'll set sublen to len of these two. Okay. So dbms plus CT. So 6 it is. For first line, it will be 6. Okay. After going to the first line, sublen is equal to 6. Now let's go to the next line. In the next line, still we have the same thing, that S3 is CT. So if S3 is CT, we'll do the same thing. Sublen is equal to len of S2 plus len of S3. Len of S2 plus S3, which is 6 again. Okay, Java plus CT. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. No, because see, wait. In the last one, nothing is happening now. In the last one, the CT is not there. So if elif, there is no else. If I just check the last one, I'll have to propagate a bit up. And in this case, in line 10, So in line 10, what's happened? Sub is S2 and we are getting a reassignment. Yeah, that is nice. So Akash, Jadon, right? Thank you. This will help us create solve it a bit easily. So here what is happening, see. Whatever is happening, if sub is S2 or if sub is S3, it is a reassignment. Okay. And if sub is S1, then it is an increment, right? Then we increment. We can see that the last time it changes is in line 10, and it changes due to a reassignment, right? And because if the final change is a reassignment, we can ignore all the other changes. True?
Yes, sir.
So I'll ignore all these line 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because the final change which is happening is at line 10, and that is actually a reassignment and not something being incremented.
So it is in the last if last loop last condition. It is not a double equal to. It is
no. It is yeah. It is double equal to, but this one is assignment, na.
Okay.
This assignment. This is assignment. This is incrementing. See, plus.
Okay.
So here what? So in the line number 10, we have elif sub equals sub 2, right? Because of course S2 is CT, right? And in case of that, what we do is we set sublen to S1 plus S2. Okay. So S1 plus S2 will be Java plus CT, which is 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. So that is sublen which is set to, and then it is closing the file, and then it is returning sublen. So it returns sublen and it returns us a 6. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So one thing I will be telling everyone. See, in 2 days you all have your exams. Okay. So you should not be having problem in solving if elif questions. That should be something clear by now. Okay. That is actually something I expect from everyone here. That yeah, this is not updating len. Yeah, this is just updating len. Yeah, true. Not adding. So if elif should be easy for everyone by now. Okay. So moving ahead, because see, in 2 days you have an exam. Okay.
If elif is easy, sir, but class is a bit painful.
Yeah. So we'll go to the classes as well. Don't worry. But see, someone said 42, right? I'm not condemning you, but I'm just suggesting you to pay more attention. Okay. So make sure that in the next 2 days you sort that whatever it is. Okay. Pay more attention to if elif as well and solidify it, because this is very basic. Okay. This creates the whole base for your programming. If elifs. Moving forward, this is log func xy x smaller than y return 1. Okay, so we have a function. Okay, x smaller than y. It returns 1 if x is smaller than y. And if this, okay, so look at what happens. If x is smaller than y, then it will return true. Correct?
Yes, sir.
But if that does not happen, so if this return does not run, then we'll automatically go to this one, right? So we can basically treat this one as an else statement. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Does this make sense to everyone? Can they
Yes,
get a
sir.
thumbs ups or thumbs downs even? Okay, I see only thumbs ups, so I will continue. If you have a thumbs down now, please do it. I'll explain again, or you could just also rewind the streaming. So now let's go to the running of the function. So what it is doing, it's returning 1 plus okay remainder, no sorry, floor division by 2. I see. And then but by y again. Okay. So if x is smaller than y, you know what? Let's just skip the name here. Log function, it might seem like something. I'll just look at the code what is doing. So log of 1. So log 1 is log function of 32, 16. What will happen now?
That would
32
return
is,
1, sir.
would it? Okay, let's see. So we do, okay, x is of course not smaller than
Sir,
y. So
it won't return.
Okay. We have this 1 plus log function. So x modulo, so this not a modulo, is floor division. X floor division 2 will be 16. And then we'll have 16 again. So now 1 plus has been stacked, and then it runs this function. And now this function runs with 16, 16. Okay, because y is the same and the x value has been changed to 32 floor division 2. So that is 16. So 16, 16. So now when it runs this, it moves on to here again. Okay, can I annotate? Actually, I can annotate. So yeah, wait. Let me present something else and present this tab only. How about that? This is big. Okay, so this is nice. So this now moves on to here, and then this moves on to here, but with the value 16, 16. And
so
now
what about 1?
the 1 is stored. So 1 plus function call again. Okay.
Okay.
So 1 plus is still waiting for this function to complete. Okay. So whatever is returned by this function, that will be added to 1. True? I'm correct, right? So whatever this function returns, that will
Yes,
be
sir,
added
you're
to
right.
1. Yeah. So this function, this will wait. So this will wait for this to run. So when this is run again with 16, 16, right? 16, 16. Then it will still fail because x is still not smaller than y. X is equal to y. So it will run again 1 plus something. So we had 1 plus something right here. Then it also gave us a 1 plus something. Okay. So now the second time it runs, it will run again. So x floor division 2, which will be 16 floor division 2, which will be 8. Okay. So now it will be running 8, 16. Okay. So this time it has 8, 16 instead of 16, 16. So 8, 16 goes here. And okay, now it sees that okay, 8 is smaller than 16. So I'll just return a 1 and no function call this time. So we had 1 plus something, which had 1 plus something, and this something returned a 1. So how many ones do we have? 3, right?
Yes, sir.
1 plus
Yes,
1
sir.
plus 1 here.
1.
So this evaluates to 3. Now in the same way, this guy, okay, this guy is simply 1. Why? Because x is smaller than 2. X is smaller than y. Correct? In log
Yes, sir.
2, x is smaller than y. So it will just give us a 1. Okay. So we have 3 and then we have 1. These two values. And
then 3
log
again.
3. Sorry?
And then 3
We will-
again you have. From 16,
Okay, let's
8
see.
you'll get 3 again.
16, 8 will be give 3. Okay, let's see. So we have 16, right? And then 8. So it strings it to 8, 8 once. And then so first it returns 1, something. And that something is now with 8, 8, right? Yeah, Priyanshu Kumar, yeah. Don't worry. I'm just solving it. And now with 8,8, it goes and it becomes 4,8. And now when it sees 4,8, it just returns a 1. So 3 times it happened, and 1 plus something which had another 1 plus something which had a 1. So this one moves up with this 1 plus 1, and this 2 moves up with this 1 plus something. So this 1 plus 2, and now we'll have our 3 again. So now in place of log 1, log 2, log 3, we have 3 plus 1 plus 3, which is 7. Clear, everyone? How this works?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
So will you please repeat the last time?
this thing.
After, yeah, after this, the
After
print
this,
part.
the print part. So
Print part.
all these 3
Yes.
values, no? 3 plus 1 plus 3. That is simple, no?
Yes. Oh, okay.
Okay. So moving forward, we have, okay, finally a class question. Nice. Okay. So we have a class called vehicle, and we have our initializer, you could say constructor function, which takes in the model name, the price, and the vehicle type. Okay, vehicle type. And it sets the model name of that object to the model name which was passed, right? So the model name of the object meaning self.model name, the price of the object meaning self.price, and then the type of the object meaning the self.type. It is all is set to whatever was passed. All these 3 values are passed and being set to that object. Here, that is what the self tells us. Okay, self, and self. Now we have a function, so we could say that we have a method, right? And what it does is it changes the price. So it takes self, right? It takes self means it will be run by the object, okay? And it will take a price with it. A parameter, one parameter is the price. And it will change the object's price to the new price, okay? So whatever object it took, it will change that object's price to the new price. This is what this code does. And then we have the print info, and it takes the object, okay? So self is the object which is calling the print info function or the method, and then it will print vehicle model with self.model name. Okay, so the text vehicle model with the object's model name, the text vehicle price with the object's price, and the text vehicle type with the object's type. And okay, let me scroll. So that is your code, okay, everything. Now let's see what is the question. Car is a subclass. Okay. So you know what? Let me take a screenshot right here. Paste it somewhere. Okay, I'm pasting it. Let me just give me some time. And then car is a subclass. So let me just take that as well. And I'll paste it here. Okay. So put it here. Okay, and let me change my share screen to OneNote for easier explanation. Right. Visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here we have our vehicle. Right. This is the parent class. Okay. And now we have a car. Okay. And the car is a child class of vehicle, meaning that a car is also a vehicle. So whatever code car has, okay, this simply means one thing. Whatever things car has, all those things, so sorry, whatever vehicle has, car will also have that, okay? That is what this means. Clear?
So it need not be everything, right?
No, it actually is everything. Okay, so the model name, the price and type, the car, so the car will have access to that, okay? And so those same attributes will be passed on to the car, and this function as well, car will have that, and this print info function, car will have that as well. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, yes, sir.
Yeah. Now above that, okay, more than that, or you could say now car has the option to use this code as it is, or it can create its own, which it has right now. Print info, this one now, you see this one, print info. This is car's own print info. But see, vehicle already had this print info, right? But car created its own print info. So because the print info is present in car, so if you, let's say, go ahead and let's say call C equals a car, right? And then run C dot print info. So this one will run, okay? Not this one. Now moving forward from here, car is a vehicle and wheels are always set to 4, okay? So wheels is a class attribute, okay? It is not an object specific attributes. Wheels will be same across all the cars. Okay, makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Now we
So
have
could you zoom on car?
yeah, so if I only car, okay, so let's forget, you could say this for now. You know what, I'll just shrink it and put it somewhere for ease of access. So still for reference, it will be here, okay. Yeah, so now car is a vehicle, nice. Wheels are set to 4 across all cars, and then we have our constructor function, okay. In the constructor function, it is still taking the object.
Wheel is a class variable.
Yeah, wheels is a class variable. So it will be same across all the cars, okay? For any car object, if you do car dot C dot A dot wheels, B dot wheels, C dot wheels, you get the same value, which is 4. And even if you do car dot wheels, you will get a 4 as well, okay? Now we have this initializer. It is working with model name, price, vehicle type, car type, and gears. See, model name, price, and vehicle type is being handled by vehicle, na? The vehicle takes these values, right? Then the constructor of vehicle takes this model name, price, vehicle type. And the constructor of car also takes these same values, but 2 more, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what is it doing with these 3? So do you see line number 4? Pay attention to line number 4. What is line number 4?
It is getting it from the parent class, right?
Exactly.
Yes, it will take from.
So what is super? Super is actually the parent class. Okay. So what it will do is it will run the code inside super.init, which is actually vehicle.init. Okay. It will run the code inside that, and it will pass model name, price, and vehicle type to this function right here. Okay. And because self has been already set to, let's say if I said A equals car, right? A equals car, and then I pass in the values. So self is already set to A. Okay. So that A will still continue to this part of the code. Okay. So when you do super.init, so super will basically have self still set to A. Okay, because A was the one calling the function, right? A was the main object. So self stays same, but the code which is run is this one. Okay. So the model name of A will be set to the model name which was provided. The price and the type will also be set to the price and type which was provided for A. And then these extra attributes are being handled by this part of the code. Okay. So
yes,
what we see here is the super thing is basically handling the parent class. The parent class, or you could say the parent class is being handled by the super thing, the initializers. And then the extra data which is native to the car, right, not to the vehicle, that is being handled right here. So the self.car type is set to card type. The gears are set self.gears, so a.gears, right? It is being set to gears. And initially, when we have a new car, right, its speed and its gears, so it has a few amounts of gears, right? And then it has the current gear, right, where it is. So the speed and the gear are being set to 0 for A. Okay. So there's that. And then we have a few functions, or you could say object methods. So set speed takes the current object self and the speed. And it will, what it will do is it will, it will change the cars or the current object's speed, which was initially 0. It will change it to whatever we provide, okay, to the function. And then what it will do, it will set gear. So it will do that object. So my car is A, right? A is the car. So it will set A dot set gear to whatever speed we set. Okay, so now it will run this function. Okay, and because it is run on self, so the self is passed on to here, so it means self is still A. Okay, so A dot set gear of speed now will work. And when we move on to this one, it will determining what the speed has been set to, it will set the gear. Okay. So if the speed is 0, then gear is 0. If speed is 20, less than 20, then gear is 1. For less than 40, so these are elif conditions, right? So if it's 20, 40, 60, and 80, depending on that, the you could say A dot gear is being set. Okay.
It is the gear for which the speed is set.
Yeah, the speed is set. So this is simple code. But
so in this case, it's simply adding the features to the parent class.
Of course, you could say that. You could say that. Yeah, you could say that.
It is not a method overriding, na?
Yeah, currently it is not method overriding, but no, not method overriding. Method overriding is, so now we have a few more methods, right? We have a stop car method. It will set the speed to 0. Okay. And what happens when you set the speed to 0? Two things happen. Self.speed is set to 0, so this one will run, and then it will call set gear itself. Okay. So when you set the speed, the gear is automatically changed. Okay. So this is an automatic car. And then you have the option to change the gear. Okay. So the change gear is also a function, right? It takes the same object and it takes a value for the gear. Then when you set the gear to something, it will set it, okay, and then it will run set speed on this value, this calculation. Whatever the calculation is, we don't care about that. It is a simple calculation. Let's move past the calculation here, but we can see that it is doing A dot set speed to some value, okay. That value can be anything, we don't care. Now, and then there's get speed, okay. Get speed will just print the speed and the gear, okay, of A. So it will print A dot speed and A dot gear. And then we have print info. So this print info right here. So let me bring this down. Right. Okay. So this print info which we have right here now, this is method overriding. What is happening is print info was here as well, and print info is here as well, right? So if we wanted now, we could have just chosen to remove it. Okay, we could have just made it that this code is not at all present. And now, even if we did not A dot, you would say print info, then this one would have run. Because A is there is a car, that is fine. But alongside being a car, A is also a vehicle. Because A is also a vehicle and A is also a car, then A has access to this as well. And A has access to this as well. And A has access to this as well. So everything which a vehicle has, A will have. Apart from that, it will have something extra. So if we did not have this one now, and then we tried to do that a dot print info, it would have run this one. But because now that we have defined another one, so this one will be given priority. Okay. Is this clear to everyone? Can we have a thumbs up?
Sir, once could you repeat once again?
Yeah,
please?
I'll repeat again. So this thing which is happening right here, na, see, A is a car, right? But apart from being a car, A is also a vehicle, correct, Manish?
Yes, sir.
That which actually means that A will also have access to this function and it will also have access to this function. Okay. So let's say there's a case where this is not present right here. Even then, if you choose to run a dot print info now, this would have run.
It would access the parent
Yeah,
class
it would access the
function.
parent. It would check here. If it did not find it here, then it would go to the parent. Simple.
Sir, a small query. Since the print info is same, like the spelling and everything is same, that's why
Exactly.
it is
That is why it's
overriding.
being overridden. Exactly.
Okay.
So if we have the same thing present, if something with the same name is present in both the places now, then it will give priority to the child class, of course, because child is more specific, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, if we wanted to change some other, if we wanted to add some other thing in print info in child, that would also include with more priority, right, than the parent class.
Yeah, of course. So whatever.
Okay.
So as the moment you define a print info here, now this is discarded.
Okay. Okay.
So as soon as we did here, now it will ignore this one. So so even if you had one print line here, now this won't run because you have defined something special for this one. Okay.
Sir, it means method overriding has been taken place.
Yeah, method overriding has taken place. Correct. That is the word for it.
Sir, super is also given, so it would have an access to that also, right?
Now what? No. So that what I told just now was method overriding. Now it is your choice that while overriding, do you still want the old code or not? Okay. So here we choose to have the old code and then we have some extra code. So we are doing super.printinfo, which will run this code and then we'll run some of our code. So that is up to us. If it did not have this now, then it would have only run these two lines. Okay.
Understood, sir.
So yeah, now because we have this, so it will, because we have this, so it will first go here, it will run all this, and then it will come back and then run this.
Sir, a small query, like
yes,
overriding is same as like assignment function in the normal Python, right? Like, can we say like that?
You could say that, yeah. See, because
Okay.
yeah, you already have a equals something, right? And if you do a equals another thing, then that is the latest one is being set. Yeah, true.
Okay.
But
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, sir,
Of course.
method overriding is
Yes, sir, continue.
method overriding is up to us, na? So method overriding is if you want only
Yeah,
that
if you
feature,
want only then. See, we did not change this one, na? See, change price, it's still not present here. You will not find change price here. Change price is only present here. True. Change price is only present in the vehicle and not in the car. So what will happen if, let's say, A is a car, right? If I do A dot change price, will it run? Of course it will run because it is in the parent class.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so if you do A dot change price, it will just look here. It will see that, okay, it is not here. Let me go to the parent. And when it goes to the parent, it will find it, okay, this is here. So let me just run it from here as
well. Only print price will change.
Yeah,
print info will change.
Print info is just what we did here. So this means the old code and the new code. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thumbs ups? Can we have thumbs ups? So when we move to the actual question, this was the explanation of the classes. Okay, so what is happening? This was the explanation. So let's see what the question is. It better be something nice because this was a long class. Okay. Okay. So the question. Okay, let me see. Okay. So let me present the whole screen. Should I? Okay. So let me zoom in, and here's the question. what is the output of the following snippet of code? So Quid is a car with Renault Quid 43 diesel hatchback 5. Okay. And we set its speed to 60. So remember, when we set the speed, right? When we set the speed, it will also set the gear. Okay. Set speed does also set gear. Clear, light? Clear? So that is what we did here. Okay. Quid dot set speed to 60 and then print info. So print info, what will print info do? It will first it will run super dot print info. So it will go through all these 3 lines, right? So the model name, price and type. Let's see which one has that. Model name, price and type. Okay, model name, price, type. And then it will run this line. Car is a car type with self.gears gears. So you could say Renault car is a Renault Quid with right, car type, sorry, diesel. Car is a diesel, sorry, or is it hatchback? What is the type? Car type is hatchback. Okay. So car is a hatchback. Yeah. Car is a hatchback with 5 gears. Sorry, could you please mute yourself? Okay, thank you. If you are asking a doubt, then please ask in English. Huh? I actually do not know any other language except Hindi and English. Actually, did you have a doubt?
No, sir.
No, nothing. Okay. There's that, and so this, and current speed is gear 60 and current speed in gear is 60 and 4. Why 60 and 4? Because see, we just set the speed to 60 now, and when we set the speed to 60 of the car, we have self.speed being set to 60, and then that speed is passed to self.set gear, and then set gear will set its gear to smaller than 4. So
it should be elif, the last elif, because because it's less than 80.
Exactly. It's equal to 60, so it will be this one. Correct. So there's that.
Gear 4.
Yeah, it will be 4. So yeah, there's that. This is our answer. Okay. So now we have another one. Set speed to 50 and change gear to 4. Huh. Okay.
What's happening?
So same car, right? But we set speed to 50. So okay, setting speed to 50 would have set the gear to 3, right?
Yes, sir.
So the gear is now 3, the speed is 50, and then we change the gear to 4. So when we change the gear to 4, we will run change gear, right? And it will set the gear to the gear. So the gear will be set to 4, and that is nice. But it will set speed to this calculation. Okay. So this calculation is gear minus 1. So gear is now 4. So we'll do 4 minus 1 times 20. So 3 times 20, it will be 60. Clear enough? That is
Yes,
simple
sir.
calculation. Nothing complicated now, because I have explained the class. So I think, yeah, 60 is the answer.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. So if we set only speed and if we don't talk about the gear, so it will set to the given speed. If we talk about the gear, then it will change the speed, right?
See, setting speed also changes the gear. See, set speed, it has set gear. Okay. And
yes,
change gear also has set speed. Okay.
Understood, sir. My doubt is if it once could you go to the question part?
Yeah, please. Okay. Yeah.
Over here, change gear is in the third line, so it is the last line. So that's why the speed is changed.
Yeah, exactly. As per change gear.
If change gear is in the second line, set speed is in the third line, then
of course the third line will take priority, because that is the latest.
Okay, understood. Yeah. You can move forward.
Okay, so for this whole jargon, they just give us 2 questions. That is very bad. As a student, I would expect more.
So in this case, it is referred to how to access the class, access the objects. That's the main issue.
That's the main thing, yeah, of course. To understand that how this overriding will work. So, okay, how many questions did we have? See, we have a print question and we had an update question. Fine enough. Okay, then we basically got 8 marks, right? 8 marks. Oh no, actually 9 marks. So that is 18%.
So which
I'm
year
correct.
question? This is which year question? This is.
So this is a combination of many questions. Okay, this is a
Okay,
very
okay.
big list.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. I think this is a whole combination of, yeah, these are actually PYQs as far as I remember. Previous term questions, PTQs.
Okay.
A whole combination of those. So now, and specifically from week 8 to 10, okay.
Okay.
And okay, so it returns a number of total elements. Okay. Yeah, so this one is the same from which we did before, right?
Yes,
1
sir.
plus function of L of n. So if it's even, so counting the even ones, total number of even elements. Yep. Okay. Already done with it.
Already done.
Yep. And okay, we have a list. Each entry in L corresponds to a student and the marks he or she has scored in a Python exam. Write these details to CSV named scores.csv. The header should be named. This exact code we just solved, na?
Yes, sir.
It wants us to write this code to the file. And
Yes.
yeah, and the same code we had as a question before.
Yes, sir.
So I'll be skipping this one as well because
Yes, sir.
explained enough.
Already done.
Yep. Okay, so we have 3 recursive functions: f of n, g of n, and h of n. Okay, f, g, h. Which of the function calls returns the sum of the digits in 100 factorial? Where n factorial is the product of, okay. Which of the function calls returns the sum of the digits in 100 factorial? Okay, first of all, this number is so huge. Can Python even calculate it? Let's see. Import math.
Sir, I guess
math
GN will give that.
Yeah, okay. That you check. I'm just checking if we can even get. Okay, we can actually get that. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. Which one is the factorial one? It is 1 plus f of n. So this is counting the digits, right? Yeah, this is counting the digits, of course.
Second one is GN will give the factorial.
GN is, it returns either n or it returns modulo to n plus. No, this is actually the sum of digits, na?
Sum of.
Yes, sir. That's what is asked in the question, right, sir?
This is the sum of digits. This is the count of digits because it is incrementing by 1, so it will count every digit. It is incremented by the digit itself, right? So it is the sum of digits, and this is multiplying by the digit itself, right?
Third one, yes.
So this is the no, actually, okay, of course. So h of n is, yeah, the number then times the number minus 1, okay, and then it keeps running until the number minus 1 until it reaches 1 or smaller, then it finally returns a 1. So this is the factorial one. This is the sum of digits, and this is the count of digits. So which of the following returns the sum of digits? Okay. So for that we have to do first the factorial and then the sum of it, right? Meaning.
Yes, sir. Understood. Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah. It wants the sum of the factorial, right?
So G of HN, I think G of HN will.
Yeah, exactly. Sum of digits
G of H
of factorial. So G of n, so G of h of n. Okay. So we'll need G of h of n. Yeah, that is correct. Does everybody get that? Any doubts? Nothing? Okay. And okay. So that was it for today. Okay, so exception handling was lost. Okay, we did not have actually exception handling. We had file handling, we had recursion, we had object-oriented programming. Exception handling was lost.
So
tomorrow,
exception handling is more sort of creating new errors, right? Like we want
handling errors, creating and handling errors, you could say, yeah.
okay. I feel it's like more sort of designing part to
Designing
Python.
part,
Like
you could say
to
that.
make
Yeah, you could say that to create a custom error for yourself. Yeah, that is that you could say that, of course. So in Python, actually, using class, so using object-oriented programming plus exception handling, you can create your own errors as well. That is something. So if you look into it now, how to create our own error in Python, you can just do that. So okay, we have 4 people viewing on YouTube, so I think they are repeating. And so that was it for today's class, everyone. I have taken the names of people who I will be forwarding to, and there were a few topics. And tomorrow 7 p.m. is actually another office hour, correct? So tomorrow will be the last session before exam. And
sir, Saturday would be the last session.
yeah,
There is a session
Saturday
on
would be the last
Saturday.
session. Yeah, that is a live session. That is an instructor session as well.
Okay.
So Saturday is the last one. Sorry, my bad.
No problem.
Today is Thursday. Okay,
Thank
then
you so
everyone,
much, sir.
I'll stop sharing.
Sir,
You're welcome, everyone. Yeah.
sir, Saturday will be the last session, but sir, in calendar there is no link of the session.
Okay, let me
Oh,
see.
sorry. It is from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., right?
Yeah, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Correct.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I actually
Yeah.
missed it.
Okay. Okay, then everyone have a great evening, and I'll be leaving the class. Okay, stopping streaming.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
Oh, also, okay, you know what? Tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. There's a feedback form actually being circulated for the TAs. So whoever is present right here, let me just share you the feedback form. Where is it? Okay. There's the form. Let me copy the link. If any one of you has some feedback regarding the TA sessions and whatever, especially so this one is specifically for my sessions. So just feel free. And you know what? So are you all familiar with Devanshu and Salim?
Sir, I am familiar
Yes,
with
sir.
Salim, but not Devanshu. That means I never attended
Okay,
the session
so
actually.
okay, so I'll share their forms as well. If you want to, then you can just go ahead and give some feedback on our performances. So let me just get the link. Where is it? Okay, so copy this. This one is for Salim, and this one is for Devanshu. Okay, so there's the feedback forms for every TA of Python, and yep, that is it. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay then. Yeah. See you again.